everybody, Monica here from Explore More Travel Agency, your friendly neighborhood travel agent. I am here again to bring you some items that you may not have thought about to bring with you on your vacation, especially to more tropical areas, although really there's only one thing in here that's kind of more for tropical areas, so this will work for anyone. I am going to start off the first one with this guy here. So this is my tiny little bottle of, let's see, Body Glide. It says anti-chafe and moisturizing balm. This one is lovely in pink because it is for her. So this is just going to be good if you are hot and sweaty. I mean, you know, life is what it is. We do all sweat. We chafe sometimes because those areas are wet and they're rubbing together. So if you want to help that out, use this, rub it on a little bit, and that will make you feel a little better and you'll have a little bit less chafing. The next thing I'm going to talk to you about is going to be this guy's here. My lovely white knee socks. However, they're not just knee socks. These guys are compression socks. So for the plane, when you sit for a long period of time, the blood in your legs doesn't always flow as nicely as it should, and it will often pool just down at the bottom here. So compression socks are going to keep that from happening for you. They're a little bit tighter than your regular socks, so they're just going to prevent any of that pooling from happening. Especially as you get older, that is a little bit more of a concern. I am not 20 anymore, so these are things that I have to consider. Another thing that you can do, alternative to wearing these socks, please keep them in mind. Do try them if you're on anything probably longer than a 4-hour flight. But another thing that you can do is just take your feet and pump them a little bit. That is going to get the blood flow going on in your legs as well. So that'll help from any blood pooling. Sometimes if you get up after a long flight and you haven't done any of that, it can be kind of uncomfortable. You maybe even have a little bit of a trouble walking properly for the next couple steps. So those two things may be able to help prevent that for you. I'm going to move on next to these guys here. This is my package of 6 compression bags from Amazon. So these guys are fabulous. I got a package of 6. I think it was maybe for about $30. I'm not entirely sure, but something close to that. And I got 2 of these large size bags. I got 2 of the medium sized bags. And then I got 2 of the small size bags. So for these guys, what we have here is you pack it this way and you undo it all. You get in there, you pack it so that you've got a nice sort of big cube. Close her back up, zipper all. And then after that, you kind of grab the other zipper from inside there. This is the second take on this, so I did much better on the zipper. The first time I did not do very well because I often have trouble finding the other zipper when there's the double zipper, but they do work fabulous. So if you are not zipper challenged, these are going to be just fine for you. But they do shrink down nice so that when you get them into your suitcase and you've got all your stuff in there, it compresses everything quite well and you have a lot more room in your suitcase. So there are other bags that you can get that just sort of organize your things. They're great, but they're not compression. Compression is the way to go. And the last thing I'm going to share with you is this guy here, my handy dandy Christmas suitcase. Everybody knows about a suitcase. That's not anything new. But the thing with this guy is I am going to share with you something. Hard-sided is definitely the way to go. Why? Well, those guys in the planes and underneath with your luggage and everything, they're not always the most gentle, let's just say. So if you don't have a hard-sided suitcase and you've got anything breakable in there, it can possibly get broken. So I would recommend one of these hard-sided ones. Now, I also do like color for the most part. This is not colorful. This is black. There is a reason for that, though. I do know that if someone were to want something, say my suitcase or somebody's suitcase, the more colorful it is, the more attractive it's going to be for people, because the more it's going to stand out. If you want your bag to blend in with the thousands of other bags, grab something that's much more neutral, and it'll probably attract a little bit less attention. Now, for this guy, open her up. It's nothing super fancy. It's nothing exceptional inside. However, we got a bunch of things going on. I've seen a lot of hard-sided ones where maybe they're just the older style, but they didn't really have much inside. So this one I like because it does have something a little bit more inside. It's got this large pocket here, so I can zip that guy right up. So I can have the clothes in that side and the clothes in here with this guy. And then I also have a zippered mesh pocket here, and I have two little elastic pockets right there. So it just allows me to sort of contain everything a little bit more. I love pockets. I think I mentioned that in the last video. So yeah, the more pockets, the more organized you can stay. Although, to be honest, that also means that sometimes it can be a little bit more confusing to find your things. Just saying. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to show you about this guy is the one thing that I really do love, and it's super simple, but very effective for me. This little yellow tag here, can you read that? That says expand. Ooh, I know it's pretty simple. However, I did mention that I am zipper challenged. So when I am trying to figure out which zipper to unzip to get into my suitcase, it's nice to know that this is just the expander and I don't have to reach for that one until later maybe. So that was pretty much all I've got for you today, guys. Thank you for joining me once again. I am so happy to see you here. I hope it brought you a couple things that maybe you hadn't thought of before. And please don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and if you give me a share, that'd be fabulous, and I will love you forever. Thanks, guys. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.